we were kicking around the Jason Robertson. We hear, Elliot had the thing. It's 8 years, 15 Seattle. No, I'm not going to sign it. Trade is off. Dallas has to be frustrated. They've tried to sign him. They can't get it done. They've tried to now trade him. They can't get that done. What is it that Jason Robertson wants?
Well, he wants the perfect fit wherever that is. And I would argue that he probably sees that in Dallas. But, I think as I was listening to you guys coming into the segment, how can you pay two wingers, Mikko Rantanen 12 and Jason Robertson north of 12, whatever that number is? That's just not doing good business when you're managing your salary cap. And, this isn't a knock on Jason Robertson. I mean, this guy is a very consistent performer, puts up big numbers on an annual basis. But every team has a cap, not just the salary cap. I mean, a cap on your positions. So Jim Nill, the general manager, did his level best to find what he thought was the best fit. He allowed Andy Scott, the agent, to negotiate with Jason Botterill and the Seattle Kraken. And they got to a number of 8 years, around $15 million, and wasn't right. So, I mean, it's hard to imagine that Robertson needs more money than that. It's hard to imagine that. So it has to break down to Robertson, just not seeing the fit that he needs to sign that contract and commit to the Seattle Kraken for a lengthy period of time. So it's a head scratcher, because now if you're Dallas, and every owner in pro sports has a high level of confidence and pride. And I'm sure that the owner, Tom Ghilardi, is sitting there going, okay, Mr. Nill, this is up to you to find a way to clean this up. And it's not Jim Nill's fault. It's just Jim Nill probably did good work in getting it to, where they had an agreement on a trade with Seattle, pending Jason Robertson agreeing to that mammoth contract. So is it square one now? How many teams, fellas, can afford to take on that sort of a financial burden? And I'm talking about teams that fit the eye and the want of Jason Robertson. This is going to be next level management stuff by Jim Nill, and he's capable. He's been around this circus a long time.
If you want to be in Dallas, make a deal, Jason.
Yeah. And all things being equal, how many teams have the wherewithal to spend it, the ability to spend it, and then are going to give up a top 10 pick?
Very few.
So? Yeah.
Very, very few. And that's where this gets really, really complicated. Now, again, you're talking about a very experienced general manager in Nill. Is there an appetite for creativity in a relatively short period of time? Because to your point here, Boomer, if there's a top 10 draft pick that's included in this transaction, you're on the clock.
Yeah, that's true.
If it goes past round one and there's no trade involving Jason Robertson, then what's the rush? Right? Yeah. You might as well wait the kid out. There's no rush. Call us back in September, see how you feel. But
that's exactly what I would be doing.
So,
is anyone he's not getting offer sheet?
I mean, it's possible. Sure it is. I mean, for me, I laid out the 4 parameters of the scenarios earlier in the week. Okay, well, number one, you think, okay, maybe there is common ground between Dallas and Jason Robertson. Well, evidently not, based on the fact that Nill made the deal with Seattle. So that was number 2 on the list of 4. You find a team that is willing to make that trade and then sign the player. Well, that didn't work with the Seattle Kraken. Number 3 on the list is the threat of an offer sheet. And you have to have your 4 first-round picks as compensation to make that deal happen. And I'm told, without doing any research on this, but somebody involved in this process said, I think Colorado might be the only team that doesn't qualify. Basically, everybody else does.
Sure, yeah.
So now, if you're in that environment where you maybe don't love the idea of the player coming back because it's going to create upheaval, like he snubbed you on whatever your deal was, and it wouldn't have been chump change. Do
you have an idea what that is? Like, because that's what we were saying. So if you want to be in Dallas, then how much, 12. What kind of money are you having to, really just poor guy's going to have to settle for 12 and a half? What is the money?
That's what I heard was around 12 and a half. Boy, but that then takes us to, I think Dallas is one of those teams that is sitting there going, LA would be another. They're sitting there going, okay, let's just get through next season. If we can get through next season and either Austin Matthews or Connor McDavid happen to land, on the table here, we want to be a player in that. I think if memory serves, Tyler Seguin comes off the books after next year. So they do have to be mindful of how they build their roster. They, of course, want to keep Jason Robertson, or did until they went through this process. He's a very predictable, productive winger. That's what he is. But every player comes at a cost. So maybe they do find a way to get more creative than they've already been. And maybe there's a third team that we haven't considered, whereby you drop money here, you drop money there. Robertson goes here, that player goes there. Here's the draft picks involved. I mean, all of that is potentially in play. It's been a fascinating 24 to 36 hours out of Dallas around Jason Robertson.
Seguin, 1 more year, 9.85.
And the cap will go up another 10. It's almost like a 1 year pinch point, really.
That's what it is.
Or 13 is going to be tough in 2-3 years just right now.
Yeah.
Carolina's got all their firsts for the rest of time. Is this not the perfect one, or is it going to be another superstar saying no to Carolina if he wants to go offer sheet route because Marner and Rantanen already have?
You're talking about Robertson?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I can't say no because I haven't asked that question, so I'm not going to dismiss it. Sure. Maybe, provided that Jason Robertson fits all the criteria that the Carolina Hurricanes absolutely put in employ. Like, that's just the reality, right? So do you play the style of game? What do your numbers look like beyond the offense that Jason Robertson is the one thing that I would concede right now to Rhett and all the players and the true bona fide hockey analysts. The one thing that I notice with Jason Robertson, okay, he's a crafty, creative guy, hockey sense out the wazoo. He's got that impeccable timing, right time, right place. Not a great skater, though, is he, fellas?
No. And that's how Carolina identifies, too.
Yeah, that's one of the top layers for Rod Brind'Amour. Yeah. Can you skate? Can you defend? And if you tick both of those boxes, and then there's analytics that support it, then Carolina has time for you for sure.
Hey, all you dusters. Thanks for watching. Apparently, I'm supposed to tell you to hit like and subscribe. You sound like a real cheese ball.
Cheese ball.